Good morning. Today we have discussed about real estate fund accounting and versus private equity fund accounting. What is the difference between real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting? Nowadays, people is very interesting to understand what is the difference between both fund accounting. And also people is very like to interested where you need to start my career. Either I am a new person, I can go to the real estate fund accounting, either I can go to the private equity fund accounting. Guys, trust me, there are no big difference between the real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting. However, there are small difference between real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting. That is some difference between liquidation, some difference between the income source. There are small difference. Today we have discussed about the both. What is the difference between private equity fund accounting and real estate fund accounting? Let me discuss about what is the private equity. Private equity fund accounting is a private place where the investor need to investment in the private sector. There the strategy what they adopted, there one part is the real estate fund accounting. There are no confusion between real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting. The private fund accounting like is a father, and the real estate fund accounting like is a son or doctor. They're like that. And if you see where they lead to the investment of strategy, what is the strategy they adopted, that is only for the difference in the private equity fund accounting in the real estate fund accounting. See, real estate fund accounting means real estate, they have only focusing in the physical property, physical asset. That's mean the real estate fund accounting. Real estate fund accounting, they have describe and they have investment in land, commercial property, industrial project or residential project. If any private equity fund, they have investment in that area or that type of portfolio, we call as a real estate fund accounting. For example, land, if you invest in some land, then they have developed that land, after some time they sell that land. This is the real estate fund account, they investment in the land. Then commercial property also, if they take some commercial property and they generated some money in the for the long term, this is the commercial real estate fund accounting in commercial profit. And if some investment coming in the industrial project, also this is also real estate fund accounting. If some investment coming in the residential project, it is also real estate fund accounting. Only private equity investment, those above is called private equity real estate. For example, any private equity investment, they have investment in this area, this is called a real estate fund accounting. If I come to the different side is the private equity fund accounting. The private equity fund accounting, they are only focus in the LBO, swap, private credit, ABS, MBS. If they have only focused that area, we are called as a private equity fund accounting. Now you can find out what is the strategy they follow. This is only some difference between private equity fund accounting and real estate fund accounting. There are no big difference. What I tell you, private equity fund accounting is a fund accounting. Real estate fund accounting is a part of the private equity fund accounting. This is no separate this real estate fund accounting and private equity. Only they have adopted some investment strategy. If they adopted some different investment strategy, this is called as the real estate fund accounting. What I discuss here, land, commercial property, industrial project, residential project, this is called as a real estate fund accounting. You see here, only the big challenges of here, the real estate fund accounting, valuation is the big challenges in real estate fund accounting in compared to the private equity fund accounting. We will discuss what is the valuation. This is the big challenges in the between real estate fund accounting, private equity fund accounting. And you see no difference between real estate fund accounting and private fund accounting, LP and GP. There are no difference between limited partner, general partner in the real estate fund accounting and the private equity fund accounting. There are no difference between accounting. The accounting is same. Whatever you're doing in the real estate fund accounting, the same accounting you're doing in the private equity fund accounting. There are no difference in reporting also. If you see the real estate fund accounting, the private equity fund accounting, there are no difference in the reporting. Only small difference between the real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting, investment goal and liquidation. There are some difference, small difference in real estate fund accounting and private equity fund accounting. Only small difference is investment goal, investment strategy, and liquidation. Only the small difference between the both real estate fund accounting and private fund accounting. Now you can discuss about here what is the income source of real estate fund accounting, what is the income source of the private equity fund accounting. Only there are small difference we can discuss here. If you see the nature of private equity illiquidated is very different, while investment there will be used to invest across a long time horizon. Fund will be typically beginning to the return of capital to investor much earlier. What does it is? It is means real estate fund accounting. The investor should be adopted in a long-term appreciation. There is a short-term appreciation. However, the private equity fund, the investor should be receive their money is a very short term of the period. This is only difference between real estate fund accounting and the private equity fund accounting in the investor perspective. LP side, there are no in the different side. If you see for example, while most of fund that 12 year to be fund liquidated, most of private equity fund what their strategy 12 year they have a liquidated period. If beginning returning capital by year 1.5, while a future at start distributing cash after the 2.5 year. Only the difference between real estate fund accounting, the investor waiting for the long term appreciation. Now the private equity investor they have just taking some appreciation very beginning of the investment period. Their investment goal, there are some investment difference in investment goal. Real estate investor typical investment for a long term appreciation, while private equity investor may investment for the short term gain or to be generated income. Here we can find out the small difference. Real estate investor typical investment in a long term appreciation. However, the private equity investor may be investment for a short term gain or the generator income. They have just investment in the go to the private equity industry. The private equity fund may be the return of the money very beginning of the period, or they have just waiting for appreciation of the very short period. This is only difference between long private equity and the real estate fund accounting. If see, there are the two income source in the private equity industry and the real estate private equity industry. If you see real estate private equity industry, what type of investment income they have generated? You know, the real estate private equity, they have investment in the land, they have investment in the commercial project, they have investment in the industrial project, they have investment in some of the residential project. If you think about, if we investment some residential project, what type of income they are generated? Only for the rent income. We are investment there, the rent should be generated only. If we have invest in some commercial project, then we can waiting for the lease income. Then we have investment some industrial project, then we have invested in some debt like that. They have also giving me the interest only. Also, we have if we have received some income, there are no category, you can put other income, and also we have received the gain in the end of the liquidation period. This is the income source of the real estate income. And if you do the private equity income source also lot of type of private equity income. However, we can just discuss about the key income of the private equity. Mainly they have provided more is gain, mainly they have provided more is the dividend, also they have provided the interest income, also they have provided the other income. For other income we are categorized, if some income is coming, it is not we can categorize gain, dividend and interest income. They are good source of a different, we can categorize here the other income. This is only we think you can see here. Again I tell you, real estate fund accounting, private equity fund accounting, there are no big difference. Private equity fund account is a fund accounting. One strategy is the real estate. If private equity fund accounting, they adopted some different strategy investment their money. If they go to the really asset like the land, commercial project, residential project, if you see there are industrial project, this is called as a real estate business, and there are no big difference between the real estate fund accounting and the private equity fund accounting. Only the difference of the liquidation, only the difference between the goal. Real estate fund accounting, the goal is very long term away, and the private equity goal is the very little bit with the short term away. And the also liquidation, for example, real estate fund accounting, they waiting for the long appreciation, and the private equity investor, maybe they have waiting for the short appreciation, maybe they have receiving some the return of capital in the within the 2 years. This is only the difference between real estate fund accounting and the private equity fund accounting. Next section, next class, we have discussed about open-ended fund and closed-ended fund. What is the difference between open-ended fund? What is the difference between the closed-ended fund? Thank you.